welcome to Cory's Stories. Are you ready to meditate with Cory?
Hi friend, don't forget to subscribe, say that you like the video, and also press the bell so that you get notifications every time I make a new video. If you love Heidi, Cherry, and Vea, or Tucker and Leo stories, you can now get exclusive stories on my Patreon account. Go to the links below the video and you can join Heidi, Cherry, and Vea Club or the Tucker and Leo Club and get exclusive stories with your names in them. I love you all so much. Enjoy the story. Bye, friend.
Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Climb up into your bed and make sure that you're super comfortable. Try and stay still and quiet as you listen to the story. That way your body can relax and hopefully you'll fall to sleep. Tully was a turkey. He lived with his grandpa, who was a turkey. His grandpa was a very nice old turkey. There was one thing about his grandpa that stood out more than anything in the entire world, and that was that grandpa was always grateful. He seemed to be grateful about everything, which was a very nice quality, Tully thought, and Tully tried to practice the same quality. He would try and find things to be grateful with, or grateful for, all the time, just like his grandpa, because he loved his grandpa a lot and he thought his grandpa was an awesome turkey. One day, one of Tully's friends told Tully it was November. That's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is not really a very good time of year for turkeys. Lots of people tend to eat turkey at Thanksgiving. This made Tully super nervous. All he could think about was the fact that it was November. He sat with his grandpa, and his grandpa was trying to put a worm on the end of a fishing rod. They were both sat by the lake. Grandpa was doing his normal morning thing. He was going fishing. "Grandpa, I'm really worried," said Tully. "I'm trying to be super grateful for everything, but it's November, Grandpa." Grandpa said, "So? What's wrong with November?" "Grandpa, it's November. Thanksgiving is in November." "So?" said Grandpa. "Don't you worry so much. Just be grateful for this lovely day. It's a beautiful day. Look at the sky. Look at the stars." "I don't see any stars, Grandpa." "Well, look at the sky. Look at the sun. Look at the sun shimmering on the water. It's a lovely day," said Grandpa. "I'm so grateful, so grateful for this day. I'm grateful that you're sat with me, grandson. I'm grateful for the shimmering sun on the water. I'm grateful for these fishes that will definitely bite. I'm sure of it, so sure." Tully kept rolling his eyes. He couldn't get it through to his grandpa that it was November. "It's November, Grandpa. I'm stressed." That's what Tully kept saying. Grandpa said, "Don't be so stressed. Be grateful. Here, pick up that fishing rod. Let's fish together." Tully picked up his fishing rod, tried to calm down, trying not to focus on thinking about this because it felt so heavy and so scary. He was trying to focus on putting the worm on the end of his fishing rod. He was trying to focus on the sun shimmering on the water, the beautiful clouds in the sky. The stars he couldn't quite see through the clouds, but he knew they were there. He'd just have to wait till night time to see them. He took a deep breath and focused on being in the moment with his grandpa, just like Grandpa said. To not worry so much, just like Grandpa said. But it was November, he kept thinking inside. Grandpa could see that Tully was not his normal self. He decided to see if he could find other things that Tully could be grateful for. "Let's go on a walk," Grandpa said. "Let's walk through the woods. The woods are lovely." Tully went for a walk with Grandpa through the woods. "Look at the trees," he said. "The trees are so nice. They're absolutely amazing. Look at that green. That green is so nice, so nice. I'm so grateful for these trees," said Grandpa. "Aren't you grateful for these trees, son?" Tully said, "Yes, Grandpa, I'm really grateful, but my mind is on other things. I can't stop worrying about the fact that it's November." "Who told you it was November?" said Grandpa. "One of my friends," said Tully. "He said November's not good for turkeys. It's bad for turkeys, Grandpa." "Well, how about you just think about what's happening right now in this moment, and in this moment it's a lovely day, and there's so many trees all around us. I wouldn't worry so much about November. I would just worry a little mind about these trees, because these trees, they've been here a long time. They don't care if it's November or not. They just know that the wind blows and the sun shines and it rains and it's very, very nice life. These trees are very, very grateful." Tully looked around and noticed that the trees were particularly green and bright and wonderful looking today. He noticed that the forest had a really nice smell to it. He could smell the damp earth, and he could smell the green leaves, and he could smell the sun shining down on all the foliage in the forest. It did smell very, very nice, and he was grateful for his nose and the fact that he could smell it. But then, very quickly, a wave of worry come back over him, and Grandpa felt it. Grandpa decided to take him to his old truck. "Let's work on the truck, shall we? Let's spend some quality time on the truck. It's always so much fun when we do that together. It's such a special time." Grandpa took his special toolbox to the truck, popped the hood, and started to tinker with the engine, working on it just like he had been doing for the last few years, slowly taking his time, enjoying the process, being grateful for the fact that he had a wonderful hobby that he enjoyed, that filled his time, and it was pleasurable. "It's such a nice day, and this truck is such a nice little hobby. Come on, my little grandson, let's do this together. Let's spend quality time on this truck, and let's just enjoy each other's company." You never know, you know." When Grandpa said "you never know, you know," it made Tully think about the fact that it was November. "It's November, Grandpa." Grandpa just didn't seem to want to hear him. So Tully did a big sigh, picked up a spanner, and started to work on the engine of the truck, right there next to his grandpa. It was a lovely day. Grandpa was playing his old music on the radio of the truck while they did the tinkering in the engine. And every time he looked at Grandpa, his little turkey bum was swinging from side to side, as if he was dancing to the music. This made Tully smile a lot. He loved his grandpa. He was very grateful that he had his grandpa. And he loved when Grandpa danced to the music. Tully started to move his tush and dance along with him, while they tinkered in the engine of his truck together. And then a song came on, a Christmas song. "By golly," said Grandpa, "it's a little bit early for Christmas, don't you think?" This made Tully gulp big once again. Not only was Thanksgiving coming, but the holiday season was coming also. His friend told him that turkeys don't have such a good time at Christmas, just like they don't have such a good time at Thanksgiving. This made him sad and nervous again, and Grandpa noticed. Grandpa said, "I do like a bit of Christmas music. I'm very grateful for the fact that Christmas is just around the corner, but it's a bit early for this Christmas music, don't you think? I wonder why they're playing Christmas music already at this time of year." Tully said, "Grandpa, what time of year do you think it is?" "Oh, I don't know," said Grandpa. "I don't pay much attention to that kind of stuff. I just enjoy the day as it comes, and I don't worry so much about where we are and what time of year it is. I'm just so grateful." Tully said, "Grandpa, it's November. My friend said it was November." "How does your friend know it's November?" "Because in my calculations, in my mind, in the way that I mind my days, and the way that I work through my mind, I think it's actually January." Tully said, "But Grandpa, why would they play Christmas music in January?" "Oh, I don't know. Was it even Christmas music? It sounded like Christmas music, but it might not have been. It might have been New Year's music. And if that's the case, then we're not too far from New Year's if it's January. Be grateful. It's January." Tully didn't know what day it was now. He was all confused. Was it November? Was it December, because the Christmas music was playing? Was it January, because Grandpa said it was January? If it was January, that would be great, because it's January. Nothing bad happens in January for turkeys. We'd have all year to spend together and be so grateful for the fact that we are together, and be so grateful the fact that it's January. And I would be so grateful for the fact that we completely got through November and December with no problems at all. I would be such a happy turkey. I would be so grateful. Grandpa looked down at Tully and said, "I see that you're feeling so grateful, so grateful. I can see it in your eyes." Tully decided there was no point. He was just going to smile at Grandpa and say that he was grateful. And when he did that, Grandpa said, "See, I knew it'd be a nice day. What a lovely day. Me and you hanging out together. So nice. So grateful for this lovely day. Oh, what shall we do now?" That night, Tully was doing the dishes with his mum. He told his mum all about his day and all of the confusion about whether it was November, December, or January. His mum just listened while she was drying the dishes. Tully was washing the dishes, and when he finished one, he would pass it to his mum, and he was carrying on telling her, "I kept saying to Grandpa, 'Grandpa, it's November. Do you not know what happens to turkeys in November?' But he didn't get it, Mum. He wasn't paying attention at all." Tully's mum said, "Well, that's probably because it's January, love." "It is?" said Tully. His mum said, "Yeah, it's January. It's not November or December. It's January. So stop worrying and just be grateful. Just like Grandpa said. Just be grateful." The end.